Rocket Raccoon is currently one of the most underrated support heroes in Marvel Rivals. It feels like he doesn't really do a whole lot of damage with his primary fire, and I'm pretty sure 90% of you guys are using his healing orbs incorrectly. Rocket's healing orbs do function differently depending on the situation you find yourself in. If you fire your healing orb while at full health, it will travel for 5 seconds bouncing off the surfaces it comes into contact with. When a healing orb is in contact with a teammate that needs health, the orb will slow down and heal them for just under 150 health over a 3-second period. And lastly, if Rocket is damaged, his healing orb will heal himself for only 64 health over a 2.5-second period. The reason why I say 90% of you guys are using Rocket's healing orbs incorrectly is because you can't stack healing orbs on someone to increase how much health you heal them for. What do I mean by this? Well, once a healing orb starts healing someone, any other orb you fire will fly right past the person or group that's getting healed, meaning you essentially wasted your healing potential. That's why I say most people are using Rocket's healing orbs incorrectly. They only use his healing orbs, meaning most of that health was shot out while flying right past their team, not really healing them or providing any value. Instead, you need to balance damaging opponents while at the same time healing your team. Try to shoot for a bit, then throw out 2 healing orbs to heal yourself and your team. Then go back to damaging your opponent. Rocket's primary fire does 16 damage to the body and 32 when landing a crit. Damage fall off begins at 10 meters and caps out at 20 meters. At max range, you'll be doing 6 damage when landing a body shot and 12 when landing a crit. While this sounds terrible, Rocket has 45 rounds in his weapon, which is more than enough to tip the fight in your favor. That's enough to kill most characters in the game up close with no crits, and is enough to make any tank an easy cleanup for your team. The weapon is projectile based, so you won't hit every shot you fire, which is why I say it's enough to tip the fight in your favor. The reason why you want to swap between damage and healing so frequently is because both your primary fire and healing orbs reload at the same time. Rocket's most valuable ability is a revive beacon that has a 50-meter range, but I'm pretty sure most people completely forget that Rocket has this ability. Rocket's revive beacon can revive only one person at a time and has a 45-second cooldown. The beacon will revive the first person that dies after it gets placed, meaning it won't revive someone that's already dead. Rocket's revive beacon will also periodically shoot out armor and a couple of jetpacks for your team to use. Positioning Rocket's revive beacon is a skill in and of itself. If it gets destroyed by an enemy, you won't get any value from this ability. So while using it, try to place it somewhere in your backline or on the high ground somewhere close to the fight, so whoever dies gets revived and gets back in the fight immediately. However, if Rocket dies before he can revive someone, then the beacon will despawn and you will have to place another one. When talking about his movement capabilities, Rocket has a couple. He has a jetpack dash that launches you in the direction you're facing. This ability has 2 charges, but I personally recommend using the dash only when you need to escape a dangerous situation. The other 2 movement tools Rocket has are his passives that allow him to wall run and float down slowly. Depending on the map, you might be able to use your wall run to get to your destination faster, saving your dash ability for when you get in a sticky situation. If Groot is on the team, Rocket gains the ability to ride his back. While I personally don't use this team up ability, if it's ever available, you can dash to Groot instantly. This is good to know if a backline assassin like Psylocke is trying to take you out and you don't have any rocket dashes available. Rocket's second team up ability is called Ammo Invention and buffs both the Punisher and Bucky by providing them unlimited ammo and a faster rate of fire if they're standing within 15 meters of the ammo crate Rocket throws down. I personally think Bucky is better overall from this ability with how much damage he does from his primary fire. However, if the Punisher is using his shotgun, then he should deal more damage in the same amount of time as Bucky. And last but not least is Rocket's ultimate, See Ya. It provides you and your entire team a 40% damage buff for 12 seconds. Everyone will need to stand within a 20-meter radius in order to get the damage boost. I personally get the most value from this ult when the team is first engaging in a fight. In my games, this is usually enough to get the enemy off the payload and give us some space to continue our push. If you have a Punisher or Bucky on your team, using your Ammo Invention team up ability at the same time as your ult is a great idea. Most people I come across don't understand the value Rocket brings to the table. Healing from around corners and across the map, revives on a relatively short cooldown, and a massive damage boost that also has a rather short cooldown. I think that's because most people play him wrong by spamming his healing orbs and not really dealing damage, or forgetting that they have their revive or team up abilities. Rocket is not bad by any means, he's just underrated. There's a reason why Rocket currently has the highest win rate in the entire game out of all the supports, and that's down to his revive beacon and his survivability thanks to his rocket dash and wall run passive. And that's everything you need to know in order to get better at Rocket. If you're a Rocket main and have a few more tips, feel free to share them in the comments. Subscribe for more, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.